Welcome to Come Have number 2. I'm Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Chit Chat number 2. So, in the other video, I mentioned acting and going full stream. So that means I am going to be bringing back Monologue Monday. I just don't know when. I'm going to work that out as best as I can. But more importantly, right now, I've been in this business for 21 years, starting this year. Under the name of James Williams Jr., I have not had one red drop ounce of success. And more than likely, it's because they can't identify what my race is, and I'm also 5'3.5", 125 pounds. So I don't intimidate anybody, and I don't look threatening, and apparently, I can't even be a sidekick right now. But I'm gonna try to keep this as peaceful as possible without cussing. I think I already cussed, so that might be out the window. But from this point on, I'm gonna try not to cuss. But I'm angry and I'm frustrated because 21 years of being James Edward Williams Jr. has gotten me nowhere. I've gone to casting call after casting call after casting call. My last audition was at the Holiday Inn on East Market Street, and I did a Gotta Have My Puffs commercial, and I never got an email from the people that came here, because people come here for acting all the fucking time, and I just cussed, so there we go. From this point on, I won't be cussing if I can help it. And I did my commercial. One actor agreed with me that I was okay. Well, he said I was good. I believe I was okay. And he was way better than me, but they didn't give him a call. I mean, they told him to stay, so he might have gotten the call and the email because they were going to do the next thing in Crozet the following day, and I never got anything. No email, no call, or none of that. But I specifically told him, look, if you could text me, that would be great because I so rarely use my email at all. And, and it's like, okay, we can do that. I never got a text. I never got a call. I never got anything. And okay, this is how acting works, y'all. When you're going to be an extra, they give you a cattle call. So if you're not living in Hollywood, where you can actually go on real auditions, that's an issue, okay? Now with 9/9, so they're going to hopefully start finding me virtual auditions. Fingers are crossed. I need to do more 9/9 stuff. I just haven't had the time. Life has been screwing me left and right lately, so I haven't really had a chance to bona fide use the benefits of 9/9, being that I am paying them, which is why I have no money. I need to make sure that, things are going to work out in my favor. So I will be contacting them on Thursday. So that's tomorrow. Actually, it will be in 6 minutes. So the thing is, we have to understand. This is why I am now Echo Fan Grey Wolf. I'm billing myself out as a native. I am no longer going to be building myself out as mixed. But when they ask me, I'm going to tell them, yes, I am part black, I am part white, and I am part native. But for all medicinal purposes, I am from now on just going to be native. I'm only going for roles. I'm going to be saying, look, I'm native. Just find me a role. I mean, I don't have to be a star. I don't have to be a big star. I just need to be working. I'm not trying to be Anthony Mackie. I'm not trying to be Chadwick Boseman. I'm not trying to be anybody other than who I am. I just want to be working. That's it. And yes, you saw me dig that wedgie out my rear. Anyway, I'll tell y'all no lies. Anyway, that being said, I want to make sure that things are on the up and up, and that, that I'm working, because I've been in this business for 21 years. I started when I was 27. I had things in motion in 2009. I had a whole webisode series set to go, and it got stolen because my special effects guy, under the pretenses of doing good for me, was doing some not so good stuff, and it cost him his job, and it cost me everything. And if he would have just told me as a friend, yo, bro, I can't do it, I wouldn't be standing here right now. I would have my footage instead of having it somewhere in Alabama sitting on somebody's drawer who stole it. And if you're that person in Alabama, please mail that shit back. Go check any one of my videos. My address is on there, and yes, that is another wedgie that I'm digging out, or either I'm getting bit by a bug, one of the two. Anyway, so somewhere in Alabama, the Guardians of the Earth is on somebody's hard drive somewhere, and I have the footage, I just don't have the time. So I also need to get a terabyte hard drive, because this laptop that I bought from Best Buy, they told me was compatible, and all this shit that I tried to do to get this stuff, it didn't work. hard drive that I bought, it didn't work. Everything I did, it didn't work. So I'm going to go back to my old Mac, and CLS, if you're watching, I need you to help me find at least a 5 or 6 terabyte FireWire. And if you can do that, I can get all my shit done in 2 days. In 2 days, I can put all that shit back together. All 7 episodes, I can get all that shit done. And instead of making it 7 episodes, I mean, I can still make 7 episodes. I could just make it one big movie. It'd be like a 2-hour movie, and it probably won't even be that long. But I could do that, and I still have the footage. But I'm going to put everything I have ever done, everything, on my channel. So I'm going to go and talk to the school. I'm going to talk to administration at Piedmont about the films and stuff, and see if I can get some help to get that shit done, and see if they can let me know if it can be done on a Saturday or Friday, a night where I can just take the whole night and come in all day, all night, and do the shit. Because I'm still a student there. I only have 2 classes to graduate, and I really would like to get these films done and put up on my YouTube channel. No, I just want to get it done so that if I die and I never get my acting career, at least you guys know that I died trying versus just I up and said, fuck it, I quit. Okay, sorry, I cussed again. Anyway, I'm angry because I've been in this business forever and no one so much has given me a second look. I've had 1 student film that I almost made, but the 2 student producers got to fighting because one of their girlfriends was just being uppity. That's my code word for calling her a very bad name. Anyway, she ruined a lot of stuff, and the only thing that really made me mad, I wasn't so mad that they scrapped the movie, I was mad that they didn't tell me until I bumped into them in the street. And by the time I bumped into the street, I know how to do the 619. Rey Mysterio, 619, they wanted to make sure that I could do that. I trained for like 4 weeks doing that shit. That's a whole month. And never got to work. Never got to use it. So I'm not exactly happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm 48 now, so I was like in my 20s and 30s when that was going on, and never got the thing. So I got some guys, my bro Courtney Monroe, my bro Jay Diaz, my boy CLS, Dijon, and my boy Courtney, I already said him, Prince Octavius Brown, and I got my bro up the street, Charles, and we made a TV series. They got stolen. That was called The Guardians of the Earth. It is a spinoff from what you can go see on Kung Fu Havok #1, The Path of Ascension. It's probably misspelled because I suck at spelling, but it's there. It's funny. It's corny. You can go look at it. It has special effects. And I wanted to recreate that, but we didn't have a lot of special effects because my bro was doing shady shit and he lost his job. But we had weapons. So we used weapons. And I pretty much can recreate everything that I've done because I still have all the raw footage except for the best fight scene that somehow got deleted because somebody watched it and they rewound the damn thing and it got recorded over. So we're missing one crucial fight scene that the world will never see because I don't even remember what we did. But I would love to do that, And like I said, I've been in this business for 21 years. The second chance that I had was actually the first chance where this lady, when we went to go do Evan Almighty, when it came here, it was going to be filmed in Crozet, and the Jefferson Theater was where I was at to go sit in there. I stood in line forever. As I stood in line, one of the casting directors came out. I guess she was a casting director. Hello, young lady, wherever you are. She's like, are you native? And I looked at her, because she was native. I said, well, not fully. She's like, yeah, well, you look really, really native. And I was like, ma'am, I'm not full blood, but I am partially native. She's like, well, you need to get to North Carolina, because they're filming, I think it was either Conquest 1492 or some other native movie where they needed native actors. Here's my dumbass, not thinking, hey, you can pass. I didn't think that shit. I just didn't want to be a fucking liar. So, again, I cussed, I'm sorry. And, I went on and stayed home. And I also told her, I don't have a car. Because I didn't have a car at the time. And I was there with my boy Bruce because we were all trying to get our foot in the door. And, yeah, sometimes as an actor, the smallest role could be that role. And so being an extra, I was like, okay. I have tried to be an extra in damn near every film that has come to Charlottesville. And here's the thing. I'm going to be honest. The only reason why I never moved out of here was because New Millennium Studios came to Virginia when Tim Reed was running it. And he promised us Hollywood East. And sadly, he did not deliver. And I don't know who runs New Millennium now, but I'm going to reach out to them. I just haven't made the time. And you know, the thing was, I was the first person there opening day. Never met Tim Reed. Never met him. I got sent home. I was the first car there. I was the first car to leave. And that also led to me making Fallen Dragons and Dragon's Breath. These are movies that I have completed, and The Cleanup. All of these are movies that I have completed that none of you have ever seen. So I'm going to have to take the time, make the time, and get this done. Anyway, that being said, so I'm sitting there thinking that I'm going to have the best career ever. Shh, you see how that's working out. Anyway, so before I left, I think his name was Mr. Martin. I don't remember the first name. He said, go home, make a movie, send it back. And I sent it back. It's on a freaking VHS tape, and they never sent it back. I sent one to Sundance, and I sent one to Millennium. The one I sent to Sundance, I got that back. It's somewhere in that room or somewhere in that shed, but it's somewhere on a VHS tape. And they gave me a little letter, you know, told me how much the movie sucked and everything because they didn't do kung fu movies. And then no sooner than I got my letter, within 2 weeks of that, they had a kung fu movie on the Sundance Channel. Go figure, right? That's another way of me getting the middle finger without getting the middle finger. But I guess because they had like 90 people, when you're an independent filmmaker, you have what you have. You go to war with the world and the army that you're given. That's it. I had 9 people. I had one guy playing the bad guy. Well, technically I had 2 guys playing the bad guy, but the other bad guy was technically not a bad guy because he was like my brother. That was Adrian Cowell and Eric Chen. I thank you guys. I'm sorry I failed you, but I thank you. Adrian Cowell played my brother because my character was supposed to be half native, half black, and half Chinese. Eric Chen was supposed to be the main bad guy's right arm. You know, him and Jay Diz. They were the 2 bad guys. I had the Bowie sisters. Thank you, ladies. And I had Lewis, and I had my bro Bruce, and it went to hell from there. You know, we did martial arts stuff. We improvised all the script because I had a script written, and it was like, well, why don't we just improvise? So here, it's a good idea. So we improvised all the dialogue, which works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. For the most part, it worked because it felt more real to have these people do this dialogue versus have people say some shit that I wrote down. Again, I'm sorry for cussing. You gotta get in your passion when these things happen. So, worked out pretty good. But YouTube didn't really exist at the time. So, I sent it to Sundance, and I sent it to Millennium. Millennium never gave it back. Sundance sent me a letter. Yeah, you know, we don't do kung fu movies. And like I said 2 minutes ago, no sooner than I got my movie back, they had a kung fu movie from Japan, or from Asia rather, to be politically correct, on there. And I'm like, these motherfuckers. I'm sorry for cussing, but that's exactly what I was feeling when I watched the movie that night. Because like I said, 2 days, pretty much. It was pretty much 2 days. I got my thing on Thursday, and come Saturday or Sunday, it's been a long time since the Sundance Channel was free. I got it back, and that night, I was watching the Kung Fu movie on the Sundance Channel, and I was heated. It's like, these bastards just told me, and I didn't use the words bastards, I used MF, that they didn't do Kung Fu movies. Now, as far as the Millennium was concerned, they told me they didn't do Kung Fu movies, and sure as shit, within 2 years of them getting my video or making me go through all that, they released this little movie. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It was called The Expendables. So, 2 martial arts champions weren't in that movie. Excuse me. 3 martial arts champions and a world wrestling champion weren't in that movie. You know, the 2 martial arts champions would be Jet Li and Dolph Lundgren. Just in case y'all don't know, yes, both of those gentlemen were martial arts champions. Stone Cold Steve Austin was also a wrestling champion. And you know who else was in there? And who was a UFC champion? That's right, our boy Randy Couture. But we don't do Kung Fu movies. I was mad as hell. Because the Promise of Hollywood East went up in smoke right there. After they told me they didn't make Kung Fu movies. And my feelings are still a little bitter. I'm not hurt anymore, but I was really ripped up because I'm like, dude, here's the 2 reasons why I did not move to LA to pursue it. Because 1, Millennium promised us Hollywood East. 2, my mom and dad health was not great. And I'm never going to be as famous as Michael Jackson where I can shut down Toys R Us. Nobody's going to give up an airplane ticket for a nobody like me to fly from California back to Virginia to bury one of my parents. You know? And on top of that, my father's really the only person that ever really supported my acting career. So he would be the one taking me back and forth to Millennium. That was how we got there in the first place. He knew where Millennium was. He heard about it. He's like, I'm going to get you there, son. Don't worry. And with everlasting exhaustion, he drove me to Millennium after we stayed up half the night because I couldn't sleep because I was so damn excited. And when I got there, I got disappointed. I'm not really mad anymore about it. I'm just a little bitter because at 21 years in this business, I should have been working. And now that we have all these streaming services, people should be knocking my door down. Know what I'm saying? And this would have never happened if my movie and my series wouldn't have been stolen. And you know, so these are things that you have to prepare yourself for if you're going to get into acting. I'm just giving y'all the heads up. It is not an easy career path. But don't give up. I'm not giving up. And I have all of you, 162 of you. I think I lost a couple, but it's okay. I have all of you to support me. And I thank you for that. I'm going to do one more chit chat, but it's not going to be here. I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to go upstairs and plug back up because my battery's about to be red. And I'll do one more chit chat, and then we're going to call it a night. That being said, I'm Echo Frank Grey Wolf. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a pleasure. Much love. Be seeing you.